To the outside. And they're off. Our lovin' feeling is very quick. So is for Layla, who's up to take the lead. Hakuia came away close up to the pace, moving up to claim second. Then Countless Wishes 4 lengths off the lead. And Mamarando at the backfield with a half-mile to go. Hakuia comes through on the inside to take the lead from Cheering for Layla. 4 more lengths, our love feeling in third. Then Mamarando outside Countless Wishes. They're 3 furlongs from home, and it's Hakuia just in front, pressed by Cheering for Layla and neck away second. A half dozen are lovin' feeling in third. Then comes Mamarando fourth with 8 to make up, guided toward the inside. And Countless Wishes trails. They're at top of the stretch. Cheering for Layla comes back at Hakuia. Hakuia digging in, though. And Hakuia sets sail now. Opens up 2. Cheering for Layla has tried her best, but is now 3 behind. And Hakuia is sprinting home. It's Hakuia and Frank Alvarado drawing away to win convincingly by 5 widening lengths. Cheering for Layla just held in front of Mamarando and our lovin' feeling. They all could be. And they're off. Mirinda is flashing her early zip. On the outside comes Yuki in second. Not the greatest of beginnings for Seismic, who nonetheless able to get third. They're followed by Wish They All Could Be 3 off the pace in fourth, guided to the outside. And Fayette trails. Past the 5/8 pole, Mirinda easy lead of a length. Yuki in second, Wish They All Could Be inches up on the outside of Seismic Beauty. And Fayette Fox is 3.5 off the lead, heading toward the 3/8 pole, where it's Mirinda Edwin Maldonado just in front. Yuki applying some pressure. Wish They All Could Be. Seismic Beauty is down on the inside. Has run, needs room. And outside of her, Fayette Fox. At the 5/16, Mirinda still there. Wish They Could Be. Seismic Beauty is down at the rail in third. Then Fayette Fox. Yuki drops out, top of the lane. Mirinda behind her. Seismic Beauty still awaiting room, trying to get through a narrow opening. Now fully extended in second. In the meantime, Wish They All Could Be. And Fayette Fox is running a big race on the outside. Wish They All Could Be. Fayette Fox. Wish They All Could Be. Fayette Fox. Fayette Fox. Big long shot goes away to score under Raylu Gutierrez. Wish They All Could Be. Then a battle between Seismic Beauty and Mirinda. Please note the track has been updated to fast at Santa Anita Park. Track now fast. And they're off. Westwood, Tamino, here's Voldemort on the outside, up take the lead. Attack Now moves into second. Modus Bestia is 4 wide into the first turn, and Cornhusker Chris at the back of the field. Into the first turn, and Voldemort takes the lead. Westwood steadies a bit right off his heels down at the rail. Then Modus Bestia outside, and Tamino between those two. Attack Now is lengths off the lead, and 2 back to Cornhusker Chris. Swinging on to the backstretch behind Voldemort, who leads by a half a length. Modus Bestia alongside second, and then it's Tamino, a clear-cut third. Westwood in the purple colors, 3 off the dueling leaders in fourth. It's another 2 back to Attack Now, who was just shaded by Cornhusker Chris. Mile to go. Voldemort, 3/4 of a length to Modus Bestia, who's been keeping the favorite company throughout. Then it's Westwood on the inside, inching a tad closer with Tamino covering him up. Thanks back to Cornhusker Chris and Attack Now. Less than 3/8 of a mile to go. Hernandez asks Voldemort to go on with it, and he does so. And Voldemort opens up 2.5, just like that, make it 3. Modus Bestia could not keep Tamino fully extended. Westwood is looking for room, finding it down at the rail. Then Cornhusker Chris in attack now, top of the lane, and Voldemort by 4. Westwood cheating him nicely into second now. These are the two. It's Voldemort or Westwood. Voldemort 2-length lead. Westwood a length and a half as they cast the 16th pole. Voldemort digs in. Westwood trying hard. It's Voldemort to prevail. Westwood a solid second, a long way. Almost 8 lengths back to the third. We're in the gate. And they're off. Far Overloaded is very quick away from the gate. So too is Joe Victory. And these two hook up right away. Highland Echo third. Shake the Dust is down at the rail in fourth. Then Mile George moving up on the outside fifth. Caviar Cowboy in between horses. Then came Problem Solver. And Mr. Hussar, who hesitated shortly after the start, is last. Far Overloaded, Joe Vittori head and head for the lead. My Pal George moving up consistently on the outside of Highland Echo. Another 3 back to Caviar Cowboy, who's fifth. 4 clear, Shake the Dust, Problem Solver, and a distance to Mr. Hussar. They're coming to the quarter pole, and My Pal George moves up on the outside of Far Overloaded. Far Overloaded going for home. My Pal George is chasing him second, and down on the inside, here's Caviar Cowboy with looking strides, and Caviar Cowboy has taken the lead inside the final 1/8 of a mile. Far Overloaded, My Pal George finds out it's Caviar Cowboy for Richard Barton Enterprises, winning going away, another for Frank Alvarado. Far Overloaded was second. My Pal George third. Problems for fourth. Pick 5 also being here. Post time in 23 minutes. Mandatory race. Biggest price on the board is 10-1. Good luck, and especially good luck to those who have made their presence felt in the Eddie Logan. And they're off. Baldoro is out very alertly. So was Awesome Rhythm, who's flashing good speed too. Invincible is now up, vying for the lead as Baldoro backs off top pair. Tis a Good Thing is fourth and 5 lengths off the Full of Candy, and Rhythm on stage at the back. It's Awesome Rhythm to the half-mile pole, pressed by Invincible. Another 4 lengths back to Tis a Good Thing in third. Baldoro is fourth, 6 lengths off the pace. Hula Candy on the outside, and Rhythm on stage is down at the rail. Heading to the 3/8 pole, Awesome Rhythm in this mandatory NHC race leads the way. Invincible and neck back second. 2 more back to A Good Thing third. Baldoro is trying to move up in between horses. Hula Candy outside of him, and Rhythm on stage is the a quarter of a mile to go, and Invincible is up to the narrow lead from Awesome Rhythm, who's not done and fighting bravely. Back Awesome Rhythm back in front at the 8th pole. Invincible going them there shoulder to shoulder coming to the 16th pole. Awesome Rhythm and Mondo Ayuso on the inside. Invincible and Giovanni Frank. Awesome Rhythm turns him away. Awesome Rhythm scored a length. Invincible was second. Tis a Good Thing third, and Hula Candy. Coming up and in. And they're off. Miss McKenzie, my sister Lily, vying for the early lead. Just behind them, Darlin Tammy moves up in the white blinkers. It was a better break today for Stubborn, who's only 2 lengths off the leaders, and down at the rail, Omen Joy. They are followed by Miss Practical, 3 lengths off the pace. Cohart is by herself at the back of the field. To the backstretch, and it's Miss McKenzie and Darlin Tammy head and head for lead. Omen Joy at the rail, and Stubborn backs off a bit and has 2.5 or 3 to make up. She's joined by Miss Practical, who's moving up sharply now to take third. A gap of 5 to my sister Lily, who is then 4 lengths clear of Cohart. They're coming to the quarter pole, and Miss Practical, marching up very smoothly, is up to take the lead now. Miss Practical, new leader with 1/4 mile to go. Miss McKenzie trying to match strides in second. Down at the rail, it's Darlin Tammy. Almond had a good trip and swings to the outside. Stubborn has dropped right out of it. They're inside the final 1/8 of a mile. And it is Miss Practical, Darlin Tammy, and here's Almond Joy and Tiago Pereira on the outside. Best of all, Almond Joy will pull away in the final strides to score by 2.5. Second to Miss Practical, Darlin Tammy third. Miss McKenzie ran fourth. Four to 5 on Excel calculator. And they're off. It was an even start. Stepbrother Austin is going out early lead. Sinful King has some early interest. And down at the rail, Freedom Maker hugs that fence and is racing in third. Followed by Travail in the red colors fourth, 4 lengths off the lead. 2 clear Supreme Coast. Excel Calculator second to last. And Better Bucky is approximately 8 or 9 lengths off the lead. And that lead's held by Stepbrother Austin, who is uncontested in the front end, has it by 3. Now that lead is diminishing rapidly. Stepbrother Austin went from well in front to second and has to keep up. Sinful King is the new leader. Stepbrother Austin tries to re-rally on the inside. 2 more lengths back to Travail in third. At the rail, Freedom Maker is looming in fourth, now third at the rail. A 3 Supreme Coast is next. Another 2 back to Better Be Lucky. An Excel Calculator, the odds-on favorite, has lost ground and is the distant trailer. They have 3/8 mile to go. Stepbrother Austin, Sinful King are right together head and head. On the outside, Supreme Coast. Travail is just inside of him. At the rail, Freedom Maker is 3 lengths off the lead. Extreme outside, Better Be Lucky. And now Excel Calculator is getting involved. He's coming with a swooping bit. Will he be able to mow them down is the question with a furlong left to go. Another one is whether Freedom Maker can find room, and he just did. Freedom Maker gets through, and Excel Calculator from dead last, storming the middle of the racetrack, is up to take the lead. Well, Ferrantes let him rest and blew him away late. Freedom Maker second. Supreme Coast finished third. Then it was Travail. Time in 23 minutes. One more. Pass the baton, goes in. And they're off. Speed Grazy. Here's Little Richard's Bellow, and Kerry Gold is Quinall, and Kerry Gold to take the lead. Little Richard's Bellow in second. Pass the baton comes away in third, and the gray now moves up to take second. Clouseau is down at the rail. Speed Grazy, 5 lengths off the lead. He's Express 3 deep. Even wider is Fowler Blue, has 5 lengths to make up, and 2 in front of Final Storm, who was knocked out of the gate. They move on to the backstretch, and it's Kerry Gold. They're past the 6 furlong pole, past the baton, 3/4 of a length back. Fowler Blue takes third. Mitzi's Express. Little Richard Bellow They're followed by Speed Grazy. 5 lengths off the lead. Final Storm out of last. And Cluedo is the trailer. Fowler Blue, aggressive to the half mile, takes the lead and opens up 2. Kerry Gold in second. Then it's past the baton in third. Mitz Express in striking range. 3 off them. Little Richards Bellow at the rail. Speed Grazy in between those 2. Then comes Final Storm, who's second to last, and Clouseau ridden along the back. It's Fowler Blue midway on the far turn, been there most of the way, still leads a length and a half. Past the baton in second. Mitzi's Express roused up in third. Extreme side Final Storm is trying to mount a bid as they reach the top of the stretch, and Kerry Gold's not done. Little Richards Bellows in very tight, having to step sharply, and he was very unlucky at that stage. In the meantime, Fowler Blue keeps on going. 3-length lead with a 16th to go and still running strongly. Fowler Blue, upset W, scores by over 3. Mitzi's Express, Kerry Gold, and Little Richards Bellow battling it out for second, third, and fourth. Okay. And they're off. How about Pavel stumbled as the gate opened? Night with Lewis, his stablemate, broke beautifully on the other hand. Lava Lucy is showing good early speed too. These two hook up right away, and they're joined on the inside by Broadway Venus. Another 4 goes to Ryan's Girl, racing on the inside of Lady of Sky. Musical Number is outside of her, and How About Pavel is the trailer. Into the far turn, and Broadway Venus moves through to battle for the lead. Night with Lewis on the outside, and Lava Lucy, these 3 really going at it as they move past the 3/8 pole. It's Night with Lewis and Lava Lucy now the top 2. Broadway Venus is third with to make up. Ryan's Girl trying to make some headway in fourth. Another 2 lengths back comes Musical Number. They're followed by Lady of Sky, and How About Pavel is last there at the top of the stretch. And Night with Lewis, the leader. Lava Lucy won't go away. She's trying hard, but still a length behind inside the final 1/8 of a mile. Night with Lewis, Lava Lucy, Ryan's Girl, Musical Number. Night with Lewis keeps going, and it will be Night with Lewis. Freysu, and he'll strike again. Lava Lucy second. Ryan Girl third. Musical Number fourth, and then Broadway Venus completes a super high 5.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's seminar. I'm Zoe Cadman, very happy to be joined by Fernando "Shoes" Navarro on today's seminar. What kind of shoes are we wearing right now? Can you put them up here?
You want me to put them up?
Yeah, come on, let's have them.
My jeans are so tight.
Oh, YSL.
These
Very
are
nice.
my Louis Vuittons. Yeah, Louis Vuitton.
So is that what you're famous for? Shoes?
It evolved. The nickname evolved. It actually, my good friends who was an agent at Golden Gate at the time, Dennis Patterson, he came up with that name. And it was more because I used to wear loafers back in my loafer area. And then all of a sudden it just started evolving. So I started growing the character a little bit. So then I started wearing, these fancy shoes, and then it just stuck.
Well, you got fancy shoes because you have a couple of fancy jockeys in Frank Alvarado and Billy Anton Georgie. You've had these guys for a number of years, won numerous titles with them. You're now down here in Southern California. Not the first time for Billy Anton Georgie, but tell me, do you remember when you won your first title as an agent?
God, no.
You
no,
don't? It's like the first winner.
I don't. Actually, I remember my first winner.
Okay.
But I don't remember my first title.
There's just been so many.
There has. But I do not remember when I won my first title. I want to say it was with Billy, but I do not remember.
But you've won multiple titles. So tell us about your relationship first with Frankie Alvarado. 56 years young, you won the races on yesterday's card. You've been with him a long time. What do you bring to the table?
Oh, yeah, I've been with Frank. This was our second stint together. I love that guy. We're super close, and we have that relationship where it's like, we could tell each other like, just anything basically, and we get mad at each other. We make up and get mad. Frank loves to ride. He's a gym rat, loves to compete. He's the number one competitor. He could compete in anything. He'll want to beat you in any single thing. So that's like the thing that he brings to the table, is that he loves to win. And he loves what he does. And like I said, he is 56, but, he's so fit.
He looked good yesterday.
Yeah, he did. I've always told him that he can ride with these guys down here.
Billy Anton Georgie, he's up in the standings already. He's got 4 mounts today. Aggie Jones, Jorge Paraban, Phil D'Amato, and Rich Bottas, all Southern California trainers. You're breaking in down here.
Yeah, we're actually getting really lucky. The response has been good. It took a little bit, I'm actually really, I shouldn't say surprised, but I'm happy that we actually got started the way we did. We won a few races, and we're catching other people's eyes. And now, like you said, we're on for D'Amato, we're on for Bottas, Aggie, and George, who's been really good to us, Paravan. So, hopefully we win a couple today, and that gets going further.
So that's your jocks. What about you? Like, where do you hail from? How did you become a jocks agent?
Yeah, so I get this asked a lot because I didn't grow up in the race. I wasn't in the barn area or anything like that. I was just a fan. Like when I was a kid, I was born and raised in San Francisco, so we had Bay Meadows. So my uncle used to take me to Bay Meadows every weekend. I was like 7 or 8. And we used to take 2 buses because he didn't know how to drive. So we used to take 2 buses to Bay Meadows. And I just caught the bug. Like, I loved it. I loved it since I was a kid. And I knew that I wanted to do something in the game. I didn't know what. So then after a while passes by, I think it was like 18, 19, I used to cut school and go to Golden Gate and bet horses. And I Steve Miotti.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. There's an education.
So I've known him a long time. And I'll never forget, he goes, I have the perfect job for your lazy bleep. So I go, what is it? He goes, you're a jock agent. I had no idea they had agents. I had no idea about anything of that. So he goes, come out with me in the morning tomorrow.
How old were you?
I was 22. I was 22. And I was actually working with my dad at the time. So I told my dad, hey, I quit. So the next day I'm with Miotti in the mornings hanging out. And then one thing led to another. I got a jockey and then another jockey, and then now I'm here.
Did you ever on the backside?
Never. Oh, shouldn't say never. Actually,
did Steve put you walking horses?
No, he knows.
Morning?
He knows better than us because this is going to be embarrassing, but I'm afraid of them.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, I don't do good with them. I actually worked for my brother-in-law. He's a shoer, so I used to hold them when he would shoe it. But I was so scared. I told like a week after, I said, I can't do this. I don't want this. And then I became a jocks agent, and then after that, I like that. I love doing that, which I still do.
Do you have a favorite horse? One that your jocks have ridden that you like sticks in your mind?
It's going to be recent. There's been so many horses that I've actually liked and bonded with, but Grand Slam Smile, who I love, she is my favorite of all time. I love her.
Formerly trained by Steve Speck. Where is she now? I looked her up and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm not sure. I want to ask. Maybe she's tired because she doesn't have any workouts for the last 60 days.
So I got a call about a couple weeks, I would say a month ago. Steve called me, who, I love that guy. He calls me and says, hey, I'm taking to Sean McCarthy's barn. So you get down there and you talk to Sean.
Great.
So I did. The next day I was there. Sean was great. He said, yeah, Frank can start working her when she gets back to the work tab. And I think we're a couple weeks in, so that'll be fun to see her working out here again.
I'll be glad to see her. What's your favorite thing about being an agent?
The camaraderie with other people, just coming out here in the mornings, even in the mornings hanging out with Miyadi,
There's a tight group. There's you and Miyadi and Joe, and it seems like Miyadi's very happy to have all you guys down.
Yeah, I heard somebody say before we all got here that he was bitter, he was angry, and now he's laughing, he's loving it. So I'm glad we did that for him.
You've rejuvenated him.
We have, yeah, and he's having a great meet too.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
If you could give anyone any advice to be a jocks agent or someone that's walking around, because there are tons of guys out here that love horse racing and don't have the first clue how to get in the door.
Yeah, because when I first started, I was young and I didn't make any real money for a long time. So my advice is, if you want to be an agent, have some money saved up. That way, when you actually, because when you get a good rider, when you get some good riders,
it's easy to sell a good.
It's easy for that. But I started at the bottom. I had probably the jockey that nobody wanted. So I started with him, and it took me a while to kind of get another rider and another rider. But then I did. Then I said, oh, I love this. I said, I love winning, and after that, that part was awesome. The beginning, that I would not do that again. But after that, it was great.
How do you handle the calls? Because there are some guys that stick with the call no matter what. There are some guys that just spin people at the draw. How do you handle it, especially down here in Southern California when you're trying to break in?
Yeah, so I'm not sugarcoat it or say that I honor my call. I'm this and that, because people are going to say.
Carry on.
I'm being honest. I've done everything. I've spun people at the draw. I give them a call, then never come back. That was my younger days when you're winning and everybody, you're the man, and everybody's calling you, everybody's reaching out to you. It's easier here. When I hear,
you got to call them back.
Yes. Yeah. You got to be in communication with them, and I'm keeping it professional, trying to honor everything, trying to be, do the right thing. But, for the people that,
So would you have any qualms about spinning Steve Miyadi? Be like, hey, Baffert called me. So
I'll do it in a heartbeat, and he knows it. He knows it.
Okay, so you're a passionate guy.
Mm-hmm.
When your jockeys are coming down the lane, what router are you? Are you like one of those? Are you a program slapper? What do you do?
Oh, yeah, I get a program. I start with the program. And
come on, let's have it.
So I kind of just mess it up. I go like this and start doing that and start going like that. And that's why I like to watch them by myself. That way nobody sees how, because I get into it. Like I said, I love to win. I'm passionate. There's nothing but winning races. And I'm really passionate. And so it's like sometimes I even tell myself, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to watch it. And then we're coming down the lane and we're in front. Then I get a little too excited. But, that's all right.
Biggest beat that you remember?
Biggest beat. Oh, that's so many. I try to forget them. Yeah, that way I don't
Turn the page.
Yeah, turn the page. I always turn the page. It's always tomorrow. So I don't remember. There's not one that sticks in my mind. I know I've had some very sick beats, but I just turn the page.
We'll get to those a little bit later, but right now we're going to hand it on up to the man upstairs, Mr. Frank Miramati.
Great stuff, Zoe. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Santa Anita Park, the great race, the greatest, in fact. The track is fast. Great news. The turf course rated as good, and we are on the turf for the Big Pick 6 day, where $40,549 awaits you as a carryover. Here are the early changes. Race 1, no change. Early pick 5 starts. Race 2, early pick 4, number 4. Winds of Freedom will carry 1 pound over. In the third, no changes. Race 4, scratch 5, nothing is forever. There is a middle pick 4 with the 4th. In the 5th, scratch 3, Stellar Cap, $2 pick 6 starts with more than $40,549 in the carryover. Good luck. Race 6, scratch 7, game time, late pick 5, all turf pick 3, starting with the 6th. In the 7, 2, Lurking Fear, 2 pounds over. Number 5, Steve's Big Ticket, make the jockey William Anton G. Program scratch of 7 Hour Expectation, the 8th, grade 3, Santa Ana. Scratch 6, the Blossom. Late pick 3 starts with the Santa Ana. In the 9th, scratch number 4, El Ondeado. Race 10, scratch 11, Time to Shine. Scratch 14, Cloudy Women. The 13 draws in, and super high 5 wagering is offered. Enjoy your afternoon at Santa Anita Park. We are 58 minutes away from the opener, and once again, the Coast Pick 5 paid over $10,000 once again yesterday. It starts with Gulfstream's 10th, low 15% takeout. Gulfstream's 10th kicks it off. Good luck. Let's get to the studio. Zoe Cadman is with Fernando Shoes Navarro.
Welcome back to today's seminar. Zoe Cadman joined by Fernando Navarro. We're going to go through a race card here. I do want to remind you that the turf is listed as good, and we have a big pick 6 carryover, a carryover of over 40,000 that'll kick off the 5th race. Are you a pick 6 player? Do you gamble?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like to fire.
Oh, good.
I love pick 6s. So
You going to play today?
yeah, we put one in with a couple guys. So
You say a couple guys. Is it a big ticket? Is it a small ticket?
No.
I mean, a $2 wager now.
Yeah, that's, I actually like it. So it's not a huge ticket, but it's a decent one.
Substantial.
Yeah.
Do you have any singles for me today? We'll get to that in a minute. All right, well, let's kick off with race number 1. Cardiff for 6 furlongs on the turf, a state-bred maiden special weight. Going 6 furlongs on the turf. Turf is listed as good. You get 2 picks in here. You picked your jock. 31, Milbo Baggins for Aggie Orgonis. When I first saw this, I'm like, oh, he knows something. I'm excited.
No, I hate to. I was just being biased. I just picked my rider. Just even though if I like it or not, I'm just gonna pick him.
Okay, but Milbo Baggins has a right to move forward. Didn't get off to a good start last time whatsoever.
Yeah, I saw that. I looked at the replay, and you never know. I mean, maybe he'll fight, because that. His only start, he broke bad. So I don't know if you could, judge him off that race. So who knows? Maybe he'll shock the first race here.
Aggie already with the win yesterday as well. Your second pick in here is Horizon Wildcat with 3-1 on the original morning line for Lorenzo Campuzano. Second beaten 2.5 lengths. This horse cuts back in distance. What can you tell me about Lorenzo and how he trains his horses? He seems like a guy who wins races.
Yeah, I wasn't too familiar with him when I first got here, but I kind of know him. He's a good horse, and he knows what he's doing. So I picked his horse on second, but it was going to be on top. But I picked him second. I thought the 8 and the 7 were kind of similar. I just kind of went with the 8 horse there.
3 and 8 for race number 1 for shoes here. Let's move on and talk about race number 2. $32,000 claimers, purse of $40,000, going 5.5 furlongs, and we see it 3-4 in here. George Paraban and Billy Anton Georgie, your jock in here, but we got a word to show you before we get going. Let's take a look at Distant Fleet, Panuco, and you can talk me through this work, because that is Billy on the inside, but he rides the horse on the outside this afternoon.
No, he's actually he is on the horse on the inside.
Oh, he's on Distant Fleet. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the one
Take
he's
it away.
riding.
Don't listen to me.
That's the one he's riding. I know Panuco was going to be in that race, and I thought he was going to be one of the tough ones. When this horse debuted, Distant Fleet, he was working good. He kind of shocked me. I didn't know he was going to have speed like that, honestly. But I think, he's going to improve here. I like him. I really do.
How about Panuco on the outside? Do you give him something here as well? Because he was 9-5 on the original morning line.
Yeah, I do. I mean, he won for 5 last time. Kind of similar race. I think he's one of the ones to beat. But I like mine. I like mine's better. I know the work might not say it, but that's okay.
You only get paid in the afternoon.
Yeah, exactly.
So Distant Fleet, 3-4 on top for shoes here with his jockey Billy Anton Georgie riding the 3 Distant Fleet for Jorge Paraban. Let's move on and talk about race number 3, allowance optional claimer, purse of $67,000, going 6 furlongs on the main track. 1-4 says you pick the chalk in here. Our Bucky Charm trainer Mike Pipey.
Yeah, and I'm going to play a pick 5 early one, and this is going to be my single in here. Yeah, I think this horse is just – I have my own numbers and my own algorithm and all that. And
do you?
Yeah, and he just kind of towers over this field. And Mike is such a good trainer.
So what kind of number would he get on your own numbers?
It's so weird, Zoe. So, I mean, it's kind of embarrassing. So, like, I have my own stuff like that. I know how to do it, but – if I talk about it, it'll be like, what? What are you talking about?
Okay, that's fine. So JJ Hernandez rides up Bucky Charm. He was up in Northern California for a lot. You beat him out in a jockey title with Billy Anton Georgie. What were your thoughts about him moving south a few years ago? And are you surprised or not by how well he's done?
No, I'm surprised. We've known each other. We hung. We're friends. When he was down there, I always knew that he was going to come out here and do good. I just thought he just needed a chance to prove himself. Because when he was down there, I always knew he was my number 1 competitor.
Okay.
I always, thought that he was the beat. So we did beat him, I think once or twice. So that was good. I kind of rubbed it in his face, but that was but him coming here, I'm not surprised at all. Like I knew that was going to be him.
What is one of his best attributes as a rider?
Well, he's just smart. He puts horses in the right spots, and he gets them out of the gate good. He's just an overall, he's not. I'm not trying to knock him or anything. He's not like excellent at everything. He's just good at other, like, a bunch of little things.
I think he's a very good tactical rider. You've got speed. He rides an awful lot for Bob. Bob loves riders who can get a horse out of the gate. JJ all day long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Race number 4, Cardiff for the turf, and this also kicks off the middle 4 here. We'll be going a mile, allowance optional claimer, state bred. 7-2 is how you see it in here. Sassy Prance a lot for trainer Phil D'Amato. Is this the first you ride for Phil?
This is the first one I ride for Phil. Hopefully it's a winning one. And I like this horse. I mean, I think it has an excuse last race. It's kind of wide the whole way. And the time before that, she ran a great race. Hopefully she bounces back and Billy gets the better of it, which I'm pretty sure he is. So we get the first one for D'Amato.
Talk about strength as a rider. As his agent, without being biased, what is his best strength as a rider? It seems like he works hard, for sure. We know that.
Yeah, no, he's a very hard worker in the mornings. I don't have to worry. I know if I send him the schedule, he'll be there on time without me having to, babysit or anything. We've been there for a long time, so we both know, each other really well. He's just good. He's all around good too. Good. I really love him on the lead.
Okay.
And I really love him. Because he had that little, everybody kind of knew him as a speed rider at one point, but now he's kind of showing that, he doesn't really have a speed horse. He can win from anywhere. And he's a great finisher.
He's a very good finisher
hard finisher.
indeed. You pick Ultimate High underneath Spoli and Carla Gaines, just beaten half a length last time out. What do you think about Ultimate High?
Yeah, no, he's another, horse that he'll probably be the big favorite in here. I just picked him. He's always consistent. He always kind of shows up. He always does his race. So he's the second choice. I was a little, good Princesa del Tigre in there too, but I ended up just going with Ultimate High just because our horse always shows up.
Race number 5 kicks off the pick 6. $40,000 in the kitty to carry over from yesterday. Were you watching the races yesterday?
Yeah, I was here.
I mean, Fresu calls the carryover, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the 8th race. I'm watching the race and I was like, who's this? Where's he going?
That's exactly what I thought too. I looked at my program and I said, who is this? And just kept going.
I thought he was a butt boy for a minute, making it at the 3/4 pole, and it worked.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a great move. At the time, I didn't because I didn't bet him. But then I'm like, who is this? And he just kept going, and I was like, oh my god! So that was a good ride.
It was a very good ride, and they took down the late double as well. Did Fresu? Okay, race number 5, pick carryover. 5-2 is how you see this. Ufta, Kyle Frey riding for Eric Crueljack. Talk me onto this horse.
Yeah, Kyle. I used to have Kyle. Came down here with him. He's still a good friend of mine. So I still root for him. I like this horse too. I think that last race was real good. It was coming off a dropper. So I picked him, and then I picked the Cheeky Gal.
Yep, 5-2.
Yeah, Cheeky Gal for second. Bud Boy's on the horse. I think, that has to help. The drop has to help. So I picked those are my 2 picks in here.
You managed to get into the Peter Miller barn yet? It seems like a gun to. You might have to go down to San Luis Rey.
Yeah, that's the catch. Me and Peter, when I came with Kyle in 2021, I did that. I went that route and went to San Luis Rey with him. It actually worked out. We actually won a stake for him in a couple of the races. So that worked out. So I know that you have to go there and work. Actually, but I talked to Peter here and there. So just waiting for him to tell me to go to San Luis Rey, and then I'll be glad to see him over there.
Could you tell me who the toughest guy to deal with is?
Here?
Yeah.
Here? I don't know if I say
no,
that.
You probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
but I was just wondering if you.
You almost had me there. Almost had me. I almost was going to tell you.
Up north, who was the toughest guy to deal with up there?
Up north, probably Andy Mathis.
Okay.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, but probably Andy Mathis. He's hard.
All right, we'll turn the page. I want to let you throw yourself under the bus. I was going to stop you if you started.
No. He knows it. He's cool.
Race number 6 furlongs. Turf allowance, optional claimer. Cardiff for 6 furlongs. Turf is listed as good. We've got a work to show you before we kick on here. Let's take a look at 2 Man Among Men from First TV. This is him on the inside. He just ran at the beginning of February. He gets the blinkers on. He's not wearing them much. He's not wearing them at all here. But do you pay attention to the works? Do you pull these up and look at them?
No, I should, but
we can help you out with that.
Yeah, if you could help me out with that.
First TV.
The thing that when I can always watch them, so I'm always there watching them live.
God, yeah. You get up early.
Exactly.
There
Yeah. So I'm always there. So I watch them live. But it's different watching them on this, when you're watching them on the TV or computer.
He looks pretty good there, though.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Inside horse, Man Among Men, switching leads on cue. He's a big old boy by Warfront out of a Galileo mare, which is exactly where he gets his size from. Skipping along right here, he'll get Frankie Dettori to ride. And while we're talking about Man Among Men, what about Frankie? You've met Frankie, right?
Frankie Dettori?
Yeah.
Yeah, great guy. I like that guy's so cool. I haven't really conversation yet like that, but just a good morning and stuff. Just good vibes from him. He's a real cool guy.
Okay, so this race 5-8 in here. We're in trouble. JJ Hernandez riding for Michael McCarthy. He won his first 2, and things didn't quite go as planned in the Oceanside, but he again has come out with some good works and gets JJ Hernandez.
Yeah, I remember this horse from back then, and I thought he was, going to be. He could still be something. So, and plus, Michael's numbers off the layoff, they're good. I know he hasn't ran in a while, but I think this is a good horse. I just like he's really a solid horse that can probably, if he's fit, if he's ready to go, the work tab's pretty good. So I'll pick him on top.
And you have Man Among Men, who we just looked underneath with Frankie Dettori aboard. Were there any trainers when you first got down here, the first time specifically with Carl Frey, that you were like, "Ooh, I'm not sure if I should go to that barn"? You don't seem like you're afraid to bang on.
I'm not. No, that's one thing I am not. I'm not afraid, but I don't know if I should say that either. I don't know if I want to.
No, it's good. It's good. You should bang down the doors.
Michael McCarthy was probably one of the ones I was kind of intimidated with, and we were coming
just ask
from.
Michelle, you just got to get in his face and just bang down his door.
Maybe I should just start doing that. Yeah, because when 2021, when me and Kyle came here, we just won the El Camino with Rombauer.
Okay.
And
that's cool.
Yeah, though,
Preakness winner. Did
you
think you might ride in the Preakness?
I thought we had about a 2% chance there. I wasn't counting on it, but it would have been awesome. But I'm happy the horse went the Preakness.
Very cool. So Michael McCarthy, you get to bang down his door for
Yeah, the first go around, I did because of that, because we just won with Rombauer, and I figured that's a good angle to get in there with. This time, I buy him, and I'm just afraid to even say good morning.
No, you've got to. You've just stop him.
Okay.
Right, Michael. Just go to his barn, sit in his chair, put your shoes up on his desk, and just wait for him.
You think that'd be good?
Yeah, that'll be the exact thing to do. Race number 7, $5,000 claimers, non-winners of 2 life, going 6 furlongs on the track here. Help me out. Yeah, you have. Oh, we're going to watch this replay. Okay, we're going to have a look at the 8. Hermelinda's family in here. Now, he'll break from post position number 1 for Francisco Pancho Rodriguez here. Brian's going to pull up the race for us. And I liked this horse going in. And I told it to you guys. You told me I was crazy. Talking for the race here, you wind up winning the race with the gray horse with Anton Giorgi on the outside.
Yeah, I remember specifically. You came up to me and you liked the one horse. This was a complete different race here that he's in here. I think the race, he didn't run a bad race. He was in contention the whole way. Probably, got a little tough on him later in the race. But this race he run here, I mean, he wins for fun in this race here against these.
Billy Joe Shaver on the outside. He'll be the eventual winner, but we're going to concentrate on the horse, Hermelinda's Fancy, down on the inside, who won the lead and kind of got sucked back and looks like he's still full of run. I think I still had a little bit of a shot here.
Yeah, that when I was looking at this race, I went back and actually saw this replay too. I mean, there's a lot of excuses in this race, and like you said, he was in the lead, he got sucked back, and after that it was it was over. But that race, if he gets a clean trip, if everything goes good, I didn't even have to pick a second horse in here. Just I figure this horse was my number 1 pick and my single, the pick 6.
Hermelinda's Fancy will get Asiel Espinosa, Pancho Rodriguez. What's Pancho like for people that don't know him? He seems like he's a very gregarious character.
Yeah, he's got his own style. I've known him, brother, since they were kids, and we've always been cool, and we've always been tied, and actually, I'm glad to see him here and winning races, so hopefully he wins this race too.
He'll be my single in here as well. That is the 8, Hermelinda's Fancy, in race number 7. Let's move on and talk about the stake today. The Santa Ana, the grade 3 event. We're going 1.25 miles over the turf course. Turf course is listed as good. We are looking at the 8, Marissa on top for you, for Dick Dutrow and for Dettori.
Here's the other single that I had. I mean, I tried to get somebody else to beat her in here too, but I mean, in the numbers that I have, I have to use percentages too. And
percentages of what? Of
like percentages of winning the race. So I had her like at 75% chance of winning this race. So I mean, that's kind of rare to see. So that is my other single in these pick 6 with the carryover today.
So 75%, not 99 or 90. Are you like a math wizard or something?
No,
is this
not, not even
close. Here?
No, not even close. It's this weird thing. But yeah, like 75%. That's huge.
That's good enough to be a single.
Yeah.
In here.
Oh yeah.
For Marissa, who do you use underneath?
I didn't. I just went with
Done.
Done. That's it. Done.
Do you like mile and a quarter races? Long? Do you?
I do.
Long, short? Do you care?
I for my personal, like watching them gambling, I'd rather do the sprints. I like sprints. Races like this, I just like them. I like those the routes as well. But for me, I like watching sprints.
Who's your favorite horse of all time? You watch a lot of races.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've been watching since I was a kid, and my all-time favorite horse, by Cigar.
Really?
Yeah. And you're probably gonna think, I know I look young, but I'm not. I'm not young.
Really?
Yeah. No, I used to love watching him as a kid, just up in the grandstand there, and just every rooting, and wanting his to win. So that stuck with me too. So when I was a kid, I used to in school instead of doing homework or the teacher, I would draw horses in races, like stuff. I mean, that's how much I loved just watching races.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Cigar. I actually met Cigar in person.
Oh, wow.
Went to the farm right when he was retired. Obviously, he was no good at stud. Bit me like right here. We all took a picture and he reached over and just bit me. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So, Cigar, any other favorites?
Yeah, there's been a lot of kind of like smaller ones that probably people don't remember.
Let's have it.
One of my favorite ones was Trace of Gold. That's when I was like 9 years old in the winter circle, and I saw her. And Russell Bayes rode her, and I fell in love with her too. I thought she was so cool.
What about Russell? Does anyone keep in contact with him? Because it's like he fell off the face of the earth when he retired.
Was like even at Golden Gate to be there every morning to work.
What a competitor!
Oh, another huge competitor. I wasn't sad when he retired because I knew I was moving up. But when he was there, he was quiet. He kept to himself. And then after that, he just kind of fell off, and nobody heard him.
One of the all-time greats, Hall of Famer Russell Bayes. Okay, race number 9, maiden 50, state bred, going 6 furlongs on the main track. Charms Away is your top pick in here, Louis Mendez. What did you see about this 3-year-old gelding that you liked?
So my whole theory on this was picking Billy on top because I was being biased, and I totally messed that up when I sent the email. It should have been Hornsby on top.
Okay,
so
but that's okay.
If Billy's listening, I picked you, bro. Okay,
let's talk about Hornsby then. Hornsby in for 50,000, blinkers on. His first horse you ride for Baltus?
This is another first for Baltus and myself.
I like this horse in here.
It's coming off the state bred, maiden allowance. So it's got to improve. The works are pretty good. So I talked to Richie. Richie said this horse should run better. So, 15-1, I'll take a shot.
Blinkers on. First time gelding, exits a very long race.
Yeah, that's right. First time gelding. And the race was long. That was a tough race. So, yeah, like I said this morning, I talked to Richie, and Richie said, we got a shot. So Richie's I love Richie. That guy is great. So hopefully we get some more mounts off him from today.
So it could be a day of firsts for you guys.
Yeah, first time winning 2, 3.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
How did you celebrate yesterday? Frankie Alvarado going 2 for 2.
Went out to dinner. That was it with Poncho and a couple of friends there.
Miyadi with you?
No, Miyadi goes, his bedtime clock, so he cannot be that late.
The last and final race today is race number 10, a maiden special weight. This is for the 3-year-old, for the fillies, 3-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs over the turf course. How do you see this race? Well, before we take a look at this race, let's take a look. We're going to take a look at Prestige Function in here from trainer Peter Ertensbahn. The reason I wanted to show this work is, 1, I think she's a pretty nice filly. And 2, there seems to be a race laden with a lot of speed as we watch. This filly on the inside, JJ Hernandez is aboard. No, that's Fresu aboard her there, but JJ will ride this afternoon. And watching her prior work, she's just pretty keen. Like, she's a filly that wants to get it on in the mornings, but this is a pretty good work.
Yeah, she looks relaxed. She looks comfortable there on the PETA track there. That's a good work.
She's coming around. She switches lead. Got a bit of a turfy action you can see. And Fresu got a very good hold. Fresu Fung Fung Sun, the 3-year-old daughter, by Always Dreaming, and she'll finish up this work very, very nicely indeed. And you just alluded to something when you said, over the Topeka track. Is that something in the back of your mind when you came down to Southern California that, your jocks are very good over the Topeka? They obviously got to work a lot of horses over this track and know how horses feel over it.
I think that's actually one advantage we have. I see them working at Topeka, and we just, they're on it. They know
who likes it, who doesn't.
Exactly. My guys, they're real professional, real cool. You tell them to go work a horse in 49, 50, and they'll do it. So in that sense, I like them. I think that's a little advantage we have.
So who'd you pick on top in here?
I know there's a lot of speed in here. You just alluded to that. But I'm with one of the speed horses in here too, the 10, and just for John Sheriffs. I know his numbers aren't, they pop off for second starts, but I figured if I'm going to pick a speed horse in here, I'm going to pick one that's on the outside. So I don't want to be, in the inside with a lot of speed. Maybe it doesn't have to be on lead because it was just her first start.
She just ran off.
Yeah, she did. That day she was just completely ran off. But I'm just just because she's on the outside. So I went with her on top.
10-6, Robin with the Y underneath for Paula Gary. First time Lasix, Serafin Carmona. Do you look at the first time Lasix and do you like that angle?
I do. That's one of the reasons why I did pick this horse. I thought the first start was huge. I completely didn't. I missed her that day. She ran second. Carmona, good bug, great kid. I think he's a good rider. So, that was my second choice here in this race.
Do you watch a race every day?
Every day.
Just Santa Anita, or are you just picking TVs?
When there's like bigger races at other tracks, I like to watch those too. But mostly Santa Anita. I'll watch every race. I'll watch the replays. I'll go home and watch the more replays again. But when there's bigger races at other tracks, I like to keep updated on stuff like that.
Well, Fernando, it's been an absolute pleasure. Fernando Navarro, Jockey agent for Billy Anton Georgie and Frankie Alvarado. That'll do it for our seminar. Don't forget, we have a pick six coming up in race number 5, over 40,000, as well as the coast to coast every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Do you ever play this? Paid 10 grand yesterday.
Yeah, I love that bet. It's so hard to hit, but I think it's a great idea. I love it.
Yeah. Paid over $10,000 yesterday. We'll all be playing today. Join us. First post coming to you in 33 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Santa Anita Park, the great race place. The track is fast, turn is good, conditions brought to you by John Deere. Here are the changes. No changes in the first or the early pick 5. Race 2, 4 Winds of Freedom, 1 pound over. There are no changes in the third. In the fourth, scratch number 5, Nothing is Forever. There is a middle pick 4 offer. Race 5, start of the pick 6, 40,000 plus in the carryover. Scratch number 3, Stellar Cap. In the sixth, alter pick 3, late pick 5 wagering. Scratch 7, Game Time. 7, number 2, Lurking Fear, 2 pounds over. 5, Steve's Big Ticket, the jockey William Anton Georgie, and there's a program scratch at number 7. Late pick starts with the 7th, the 8th, the grade 3 Santa Ana. Starts the late pick 3, scratch 6, Sakura Blossom. In the 9th, scratch number 4, El Ondeado. And race 10, scratch 11, Time to Shine. And 14, Cloudy Women, the 30 runs. Coast to Coast pick 5 today. It paid $10,000 yesterday. Is offered every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it starts today at Gulfstream Park. 27 minutes to post for the opener. Good luck at the Great Race Place.